Yes, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sparks Weekly with Bree and Ingram, where we let the sparks fly. We are coming to you live from the Good News Radio here in the land of Los Angeles. Listen, I'm back in the stew. I'm back in the sports studio. Do you see it? Do you see it right here behind me? TGN Sports. You see it. Listen, it's great to be back in here. Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. And listen, first things first, I have to give a quick shout out and applause to Team USA for getting that gold, bringing the gold home, baby. Yes, indeed. Congratulations. I knew we would. I knew we would bring the gold home. Yes, indeed. And listen, we went back to back. Hey, we went back to back. But not only that, we didn't stop that. We went back to back to back to back. Yes, we did. Listen, but okay. We are going to get more into Team USA basketball later on in the show. But today is Thursday, October 6th. This is episode 21, titled The Breakdown, Jordin Canada. And this is perfect timing. It's perfect timing because Jordin Canada's number is also 21. Okay, so it's perfect. It just, you see how things just perfectly align with one another the way that they are supposed to. I love it. I love it. But we have entered into a new month, everyone. We have left September behind, and now we are in October, and it's spooky season. It's spooky season. I can't wait to dress up. I love to dress up, in fact. Okay, but 2022 is almost done with. Can you believe how fast these months have just been flying by? I cannot. Okay, the time has literally been flying. We have just 3 more months left, and then we are off to a new year in 2023. Yes, we are. But I do have some unfortunate news to share with you today. Okay, so the LA Sparks have just recently lost a member of their family. She goes by the name of Tiffany Jackson, and I'm gonna pull this up for you really quickly so you can see. She just passed this week on Monday. Um, yeah, so the LA Sparks lost a member of their family. Hold on, this is wrong. Let me go back really quickly. There we go. Yes, so she just passed on Monday. And there it is. So the LA Sparks lost a member of their family this past week. And I just want to say rest in peace to former LA Spark forward and Texas Longhorn great Tiffany Jackson. So she passed on Monday, October 3rd. And it is reported that she passed away from breast cancer. She was only 37 years old. 37. And during her WNBA career, Jackson played for the New York Liberty, Tulsa Shock, and Los Angeles Sparks. Jackson, she was an All-American for the Texas Longhorns, and she played for Texas from 2003 all the way through 2007. She was then drafted in 2007 by the New York Liberty, and she played for the Sparks for one season in 2017. And she then retired in 2018. And she was just named the head coach at Wiley College, which is an NAIA school in Marshall, Texas, this past April prior to her passing. And in fact, Spark forward Shanae Ogwumike, she tweeted this on Monday following the news. And right here it says, one of the first college basketball games that my sisters and I ever went to was at the University of Texas. And Tiffany Jackson immediately inspired all. May her soul rest in peace, sending love to her family. So Shanae tweeted some kind words about Tiffany, and we echo those same sentiments here at Sparks Weekly by extending love to Tiffany Jackson's family as well. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know by now, that during the WNBA off season, I have a new segment, okay, called The Breakdown. Yes, indeed. So, in this segment, I will literally break down, analyze, and evaluate each Sparks player's play on the floor this past 22 season. Okay, I will analyze the positives of each player as well as the negatives of each player's play. And I will also say whether or not I believe that if they should be returning for next season. So, with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, so for our second Spark player breakdown is going to be none other than the Sparks starting point guard for this past season in Jordin Canada. So, yes, Jordin was the starting point guard for the Sparks this year. And for our first breakdown, you already know we already did a big, okay. So now for this week, it's time to do a breakdown on a guard, okay? And what better way to start off the breakdown of the Sparks guard than to start with the starting point guard of the Sparks for this season? Okay, so here's a little background on JC. So she is a 5'6" guard from LA. She went to the Windward School for her high school education, where she was coached by actually the current Phoenix Mercury head coach in Vanessa Nygaard. She went to UCLA right up the street, okay, and she was drafted by the Seattle Storm in 2018 as the number 5 pick. And this is actually her fourth year in the league. And she has won 2 championships with Seattle, one in 2018 and another one in 2020. And during her tenure with the Storm, she was the backup point guard to the future Hall of Famer in Sue Bird. Okay, up until this season where she signed with the Sparks. Okay, and when she joined the Sparks, then she became our starting point guard. Okay, so let's just look at how JC did this season. So, with her debut season in a Sparks uniform, Jordin Canada averaged 9.2 points, 5.5 assists, 2.3 rebounds, and 1.4 steals in 32 games. She went 38.4% from the floor and shot 14% from 3. Okay. And she also shot 80% from the line in her first season with the Sparks. She signed a 1-year deal for the 2022 season worth $98K. Okay. Now, looking at these stats, overall, it was a solid year for Jordin in her first season with the Sparks. However, these kinds of numbers from our starting point guard, okay, just aren't going to get it done. They are not going to get it done. These numbers from the Sparks starting point aren't going to propel the Sparks back into prominence. Now, as far as what she did well in this season, okay, what were her positives? So she is a walking highlight reel. Okay. And I remember telling her this after a practice. It was right after a practice at crypto.com arena. I just said, hey, listen, you are a walking highlight reel. She gave a little chuckle. And I'm messing with her. I'm like, what's your secret? What's your secret? So she like, yeah, she did the practice. She said it was practice. So but my thing is like, practice, we talking about practice, man. Okay, so listen, that's what she said, but I had to tell her herself, like, listen, you are a walking highlight reel. So that's one of the positives of her. She also attacks the basket. Her passing ability is amazing, especially her pocket passing, which I will show you in just a second. And she is also known for her defensive prowess, especially getting those steals. So let's check out some of Jordin Canada's highlights, okay, from this past season. Let's do that. Okay, first up, we have Whew, this was one of the best highlights, not only of the Sparks, but just of the WNBA in general. Okay, let's check out this walking highlight reel that Jordin Canada is. Let's get to it. Louder. Do you see it? She did that on CP3. We got to do another angle. I'm sorry. We got to do angles on this one. Back to JC with 9 on the shot clock against Parker. Canada. Listen, stop it. Stop playing.
She's put on a show in her return to LA.
Oh, man.
Jordin Canada just did that.
On CP3.
Don't be so mean to the vet, JC.
Right here. Ooh! 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 I got you. Here I go. Here I go. Hey, listen, she didn't have to do CP like that, though. Listen, she did not. Okay, like I said, that was one of the top highlights with the move on Candace Parker. This move, it called for angles. Okay, it was one of the top highlights that I've seen all season. Like I said, she didn't have to do Candace like that. She didn't. That wasn't right. But did you see the feet work? Did you see the feet work? She has amazing footwork, okay? But now check this out. And speaking of footwork, let's check this out right here where she did the Euro to the cup.
Dana almost forced a turnover there. Good on-ball defense.
Between the legs. Oh, by the way.
Look at that dribbling move and that finish.
Listen.
Jordin Canada going to...
Listen, the footwork is just impeccable. Did you see that? She did the She did the right there to the cup. Okay, listen, she gets to the basket. She can attack the basket, no problem. Okay, and speaking of which, let's look at some more footage of her attacking said basket.
I'm taken there by Chiney Ogumake. Jordin Canada, the hesitation against
with the reverse.
The reverse is there from Canada.
With the reverse. That's what she pulled right there. Let's check out this drive by JC as well.
Noah Quinn saying Sue Bird is the Seattle Storm. I never feel comfortable when she's not out there.
Man,
that is respect to one of the game's greats.
Yes. Nice little footwork right there. Okay, now let's check out this around the world. This around the world move this is what I call it.
Red Williams talked about the stare that she gives her teammates, and everyone all of a sudden just gets in line.
Hey, to the cup. Okay, so as you can see, she has no problems getting to the basket. But check out these passes that she was dishing to her teammates this season. This is one of NECA, a nice pocket pass.
Can you see her hit her first three, and that's kind of foreshadowing of how her day's going to go.
That was just nice. That was just nice right there. Okay, that made one of the top Sparks highlights for the first half of the season. Earlier, you can go back and check out that episode as well. But here's another pocket pass to NECA. Check it out.
It's in the paint tonight, 10-2 in favor of the Sparks, despite Cam Beige being out.
Nice pocket pass there from Canada. And one.
Listen, hey, she does not play with those. But then here's one to Slim. Here's a nice little pass to Slim, okay?
No points, but she's gobbling up every single
transition, by the way.
Half. Canada with the poke.
Here comes
and the steal.
Slim trailing.
The ball fake leaves it nice on the door.
Oh man, all of these were beautiful passes, all of them. But see, that it doesn't just stop there with JC. Okay, she also is great with the steals. And check out this steal that she did. So this is the first game that she played against her former team in the Seattle Storm. Okay, and she had to get one against her former teammate in Sue Bird.
Stewart has 24 points. No other Storm member is in double figures.
Lazy pass there by Jewel.
She's listen.
Puts it up and in. Jordin Canada on the game with 6 points on 2 of 5.
She had to get one, but see, I got to replay this again because look how Sue Bird fell.
Stewart has 24 points. No other Storm member is in
Sue
double
Bird didn't
figures.
have to fall like that.
Lazy pass there by
She
Jewel.
did not have to fall like
Canada
that.
puts it up and in.
But Jordin,
on the game with 6 points on 2
she
of 5.
had to pick the pocket of the player who she used to come off the bench behind. It was only right in her first game against her former team. She did it against the one and only Sue Bird. Okay, listen, she had to do it to her. She had to. And Jessie, she loves picking those pockets. In fact, she is one of the best pocket pickers in the game. And man, and check this out. right here as well. Another JC steal. Okay.
Not panic.
Exactly.
Huge just contribution he gave right there.
Not a good pass. Picked off easily by Canada, and she'll have the layup.
Listen, as I said before, she is known for her defensive prowess and getting those steals. And there's a reason why she made the all-defensive first team back in 2019. And she's showing right here how she gets it done on the defensive end. Okay, playing the passing lanes, getting out in transition. Okay, it's what she does. Now, this clip that I'm about to show you, it's not an on the court positive. However, this is just one of the things. This is one of the great things that she does. Did y'all know that Jordin Canada can sing? She can sing, ladies and gentlemen. And now, like I said, I know this is an off the court accolade, but I gotta show it to you. Just check out these vocals by Jordin Canada.
From then on, I knew that by you being in my life, things were destined to change. 'Cause love,
Sing it.
so many people use your name in vain. Love, but those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love, through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurts. Love, but for better or worse, I still will choose you first. Oh.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So like I said, I know that is not an on-the-court accolade, but I still think it should be mentioned. She just did a nice cover of Love by Music Soul Child. And I know the breakdown is about the on-court analysis, but I don't know too many athletes who can sing. Okay, so I just had to include these vocals right here, especially, she did a cover by Music Soul Child. I would have been remiss to not include this. Okay, so now, of course, with highlights come lowlights. Okay, and you know how we do it here on Sparks Weekly. We have to keep it balanced. Okay. So we have to. So we got to look at the positives of a player as well as the negatives of the player and what they did on the floor. Okay. So, and one of the negatives that I seen this season from Jordin Canada, it was one of them was the orchestration of the offense. Was her orchestrating the offense. Okay. So she had some difficulty this season in orchestrating the offense, and especially, of course, in the half court set. And as the point guard, you set the tone, okay, for your offense. The offense runs through you. It just does. That's how it works. It's your job to make sure that things run smoothly, especially that everyone is in their spots on offense. And as the point, you not only need to know where you need to be, you need to know where everybody needs to be on the floor. So if someone isn't where they are supposed to be, and you say, that's your job to be like, hey, get your butt over there and get back on this block. Okay, you on the wrong block. Okay, come back over here. So, pop out, set this screen. You are the one that is directing traffic. Okay, and a lot of the times when she was running the point, the offense would get stagnant. I would see that a lot. I would see that our offense would get stagnant at times, especially down the stretch. And that's not something that, as you can see, we were not successful this season in doing so, in closing out games, especially. And when the offense will get stagnant, the players, of course, they're not moving. Everyone should be moving. Okay, we should have some motion, some movement. But with the Sparks, they would be stationary. Okay, and I would see that she would be getting frustrated. I did. And this is crucial because as the starting point guard, this is the main reason why you're on the floor. Okay, to orchestrate the offense, to facilitate the offense, and to get everyone involved. And throughout the season, we would get out to a good start, but we just couldn't sustain our offensive efficiency throughout all 4 quarters. And we talked about this so much, it was like a broken record. It was. And as the point guard and the starting point guard, especially, you play a key role in why we weren't able to sustain that. Okay. And another thing that I saw was the guards, they were not getting back in transition. Okay, our transition defense was terrible. It was terrible, man. In fact, let's look at one of these passes that JC tried to get to NECA that results in a turnover. Right here. Let's check this out right here. Let me pull this up. All right. Here it goes. Let me see. Is it gonna play? Oh, let me restart this really quick. Well, let's move on to another one. So here's one where JC tried to get the pass down over to Liz, but this one results in a turnover.
There's also a reserve. Rashonda Gray is into the lineup for Phoenix, and she could be one of the most important players for that team. And she's been very physical with Liz Campbell.
Okay, so let me replay this real quick.
There's also a reserve.
So as you can see right here, we have too many sparse players right here on the same side. It's too congested. We have 3 players right here, all on the same side of the court. Now, JCC tries to get it down there to Liz, but Liz wasn't open. She was not open. It was just a bad pass. And I don't blame Liz for not sealing right here because the pass was high. Okay. And it was too high that she had to go and jump and get it. Okay. And Liz doesn't already jump that high anyway. Okay. It just wasn't a good pass. And as you can see right here, Rashonda Gray, she taps it. And now Phoenix is going the other way. Okay. It just wasn't a good pass. Rashonda Gray deflects the pass. Hey, shout out to Too-Tall. And Phoenix is off to the races. They're off to the races. And see,
into the lineup for Phoenix.
Jordin does do she does try to defend the ball right here when it's passed to Skylar Diggins. She tries to defend the ball in transition, but Lexi is also late in getting
one of the most important players for that team. And she's been very physical with Liz Campbell.
So Lexi was actually a little too late in getting back in transition right there, which resulted in an easy 2 for Phoenix. All right, now the first video wants to play. So now let me go back to that and I'm gonna start it over so we can see what was going on.
Another turnover. Petty clanks it. Diggins Smith.
Okay, you saw that. So let me go back and play it in slow motion. So right here, Jordin is trying to get the ball into NECA right here, but this also was not a good pass. Okay, as you can see, it's Brianna Turner is literally right there. All she has to do is reach her arm out and deflect. That's literally it. Okay, she knew it was coming to NECA, so she probably should have reset the offense the way she probably should have reset the offense on Liz's pass as well. So as you can see, it was an easy deflection. She tries to get it, but then right here, she just gives up on the play. Okay, she doesn't try to run back in transition. She's already beat. She says, all right, forget it. And Lexi tries to get it.
Petty clanks it.
They even missed the layup, but cleanup woman right there, and Skylar Diggins. Cleanup woman and Skylar Diggins was right there, to get the putback. So this was not a good pass to NECA. It resulted in Phoenix going the other way. It's just no good. No bueno. And here's another one. Okay. So right here, JC actually, she gets caught down low, which results in a turnover.
Jordin Canada held up, tries to hesitate in the paint. That's completely denied. Sits up with a beautiful pass by DT. Sophie.
Yeah. So right here, Jordin, she tries to drive down the lane. Okay, but she drives into traffic. Okay, and gets caught down low and she loses the ball.
Jordin Canada held
she tries to get the pass up, but it's too many Phoenix uniforms right there, too many Mercury jerseys. Okay, and right here, she loses the ball.
In the paint, that's completely denied.
And right here, Taurasi, she zips the pass. Okay, to Sophie Cunningham. And right here, we have 2 sparks. two Sparks players right here, and the ball just goes, as you can see, right through their fingers. We got two trying to get it. This was a great pass by Taras. It was a nice pass. And it slips right through, and right there, nobody is home. Nobody is down low to defend the transition bucket. And it's
what a beautiful pass by DT.
Easy money.
Sophie,
it's easy money. You mean to tell me not one Spark could get their hand on the ball right there? It was two of them, okay? Man, too easy. But listen, this was happening all season. I just showed you 3 plays right here. This was happening all season where we were getting beat in transition, okay, on a nightly basis. And I talked at length on this show about how trash our transition defense was, okay, this season. It was, and especially how terrible our defense was this season as a whole. Okay, all 3 of these plays were a result of poor playmaking. And by the point guard resulting in turnovers, by these plays resulting in turnovers and easy transition buckets. Okay, it was by the point guard resulting, okay, in turnovers. Okay. And the transition buckets, it was too easy for the other teams. Okay. And also, one of Jordin Canada's main Achilles heels is the fact that she is not a shooter. Okay. And she's not really a scoring point guard. And check this out. I will get more into that. I'm going to get more into that. But we have a commercial break coming up very, very soon. Okay. So when I get back, I'm going to tell you why she is not that much of a shooter. Okay. When we come back from commercial break, I'm going to play this Eric B for you real quick. That Eric Bellinger. All right. So make sure to stay tuned. Keep it parked right here on Sparks Weekly with Brianne Ingram. After this 3-minute commercial break, I will be right back.
It's your girl, Mysterious Jax from Ladies Night Radio Show. That's right, the entertaining, fun show with Cheeseman, hot topics, and just all girl talk. This show is for the ladies, so make sure you catch it every Friday at 7:30 with me and my ladies, only on TGN Latinx.
Are you single and ready to mingle? Well, you may not be, but now here's your chance to purchase an all-new 30-day journal, Single and Not Quite Ready to Mingle, a 30-day journal to make the most of your single season. It's by me, Chanel, co-host of Brunch with Besties show. You can purchase your journal right now on Amazon by typing in Single and Not Quite Ready to Mingle. Now is the time to do the work. I'm rooting for you. Go ahead and purchase your journal now. Single and Not Quite Ready to Mingle, a 30-day journal to make the most of your single season. Are you ready?
Hey, my name is Jasmine Sweets, and I'm so excited to be bringing you The Sweet Spot on TGN Vibes, Good Vibes, and R&B. Playing the old school, new school, and in between. I'm coming to you this summer. Stay tuned.
Yo, this is Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked, and even though they extra as hell, check out Never Not Extra on TGN Network.
That's right.
Y'all gotta have notes, cue cards, teleprompter.
Hey there, business owners. Don't miss our limited time offer. Advertise on the Good News Radio as low as $2 per commercial slot. That's right. Promote your business up to 4 times a day, every day for a month on live radio. If you're interested, email us at contact@tgnradio.net. Once again, that's contact@tgnradio.net.
Hey, Jackie, what's wrong?
I'm over here running around trying to tell everybody about the Podcast Pit.
What's the Podcast Pit?
I'm glad you asked. The Podcast Pit is an event where you will find some of your favorite podcasts performing in front of a live audience.
Will there be food and drinks there?
Of course there will be. It's at Joxer Dailies in Culver City. They have a full bar and a full menu.
Hey, I may need to tell people about this as well.
Yes, come with me. Let's tell them. The Podcast Pit is coming. The Podcast
Pit is coming.
What's up, everyone? It's your girl Jules from the Primos Chidos. Did you know that we station?
Are you looking for the best barbershop experience? Then the Locker Room Barbershop is the place for you. Check them out at their new location, located at 16900 Lakewood Boulevard, Unit 204 in Bellflower, California. If you would like to book an appointment, you can check them out at thelockerroom05.com or on Instagram at The Locker Room Barbershop LLC. Feel free to call the number 562-202-9602. Again, that phone number is 562-202-9602. Can't wait to see you at the Locker Room Barbershop.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Sparks Weekly with Brianne Ingram. We are back from commercial break, and you are just in time because we are about to get into more of the breakdown with Jordin Canada. Yes, indeed. All right. So before I left you, we were talking about how Jordin Canada isn't much of a shooter, okay, out there on the floor. All right. So that was one of her Achilles heels, in fact. And she's not really a shooter, nor is she really a scoring point guard. Because if you remember, she averaged 9.2 points a game for this season. But listen, don't get it twisted, because I did show you that she can get to the basket. She can score, okay? She can, drive and get some buckets. And of course, she averaged 9 points a game, but she's not really a point guard that can go in and get you at least 15 a night while also facilitating, okay? And also getting everyone involved and facilitating the offense for all 4 quarters, okay? And as far as shooting goes, she is not a shooter, especially from the outside. Now, she did shoot 38% from the floor, which isn't that bad. However, remember, she shot 14% from 3. Okay, she shot 53s and hit 7 of them. So she is not a 3-point shooter, to say the least. And in the Sparks games, teams were just letting Jordin Canada shoot. That's what they were doing. They were letting her shoot from the mid-range. So teams were sagging off of her, and they were just letting her shoot. They were saying, hey, wait, who is that? Oh, that's Jordin? Oh, yeah, you can have that shot. You can have that. So that's not what you want to see from your starting point guard. And I'm not saying you have to be a great 3-point shooter, okay? But you should at least be a threat from the mid-range, all right? So let's do a recap. As far as positives go, Jordin Canada, she has the moves, okay? She can play defense, okay? She gets into the passing lanes, gets the steals. She gets out in transition, okay, with the quickness. And her passing is impeccable, especially her pocket passing, all right? But as far as the negatives go, what she is missing, to me, are the main components of what it takes to be a point guard in this league, which is to orchestrate the offense for all 4 quarters, okay? Being an offensive threat from the outside and making other players around her better. And do I think Jordin Canada should be back for next season? She did sign a 1-year deal with the Sparks, so now she is a free agent. And I think Jordin Canada should be back, but not as the starting point guard for the Sparks, okay? She should not be the starting point guard for the Sparks moving forward, okay? I think she should come off of the bench and do her thing from there. But let's say during this offseason, if the Sparks sign 2 scoring guards, then we got to let Jordin Canada go. We got to let her go. And we got to let her go to another team. And don't get it twisted. Jordin Canada is a good guard, okay? I just don't think that she is ready for that starting role just yet. Because remember, this is her first year in having a starting role, okay? And prior to the season with the Sparks, she came off the bench behind Sue Bird in Seattle for 3 years, okay? I still think she needs a little more time to get comfortable in that starting role. And listen, if Jordin Canada developed a jump shot, oh man, I think she could be one of the top guards in the league if she did. She developed a jump shot. And from my estimation, Jordin Canada, she had a solid year with the Sparks, okay? She had some really high moments He has some really great highlights. Okay, like I said, I told her herself that she was a walking highlight reel. Okay, but she fell short of what we really needed from her, which was to orchestrate the offense for all 4 quarters. And now also this does have something to do with coaching as well, because you have to have an offense that you can run. Okay, and that all starts from coaching. Okay, so when you have to implement an offense that the point is capable, and that your whole team. So as a coach, you have to implement an offense that your whole team is capable of running. Okay, and of course it starts with the coach, and then the point guard is the extension of the coach out there on the floor. All right. So the coach and the point, they got to be on the same page. They have to be on the same page, and if not, you're gonna have turmoil like we did this season. All right. So, and there were times that I just showed you where she did carelessly turn the ball over, and you can't have that happen too many times from your starting point. Okay, you just can't. Otherwise, teams are just going to get out in transition, like I showed you, and it's going to lead to frustration. Okay, so now your team isn't scoring, and then the other team is capitalizing off your turnovers, which of course was one of the Sparks' main Achilles heels throughout this past season. All right, so what the Sparks need is a scoring point guard, or a combo guard, if you will. One who can facilitate and one who can also be a threat offensively. One who can get to the hole, one who can shoot, like a Chelsea Gray or a Skylar Diggins out there, for example. And you want a scoring point guard because it's not only the way that basketball is going, it's the way that the game, it's not only the way that the WNBA is going. Okay, it's the way the way that basketball as a whole is going in general. It's the way the game is right now. Okay, the game of basketball, it's not going there, it's right there now. Okay, so basketball has evolved, and you need players who have evolved with the game as well. And really, the prototypical point guard has really been phased out when you really think about it, in the sense that the main job is to facilitate, and that's basically it. You as a point, you out there, you dishing, you not really think about scoring, you trying to get others involved. Mainly, you're not really trying to score yourself. That's what I say. That's what I mean when I say the prototypical point guard. Okay. So when you got to be able to shoot now. Okay, as far as how the game is in today's time, you have to facilitate, but you also have to be able to put the ball in the basket, and you got to be able to shoot. Okay, and listen, you can thank Steph Curry for that. You can thank Steph Curry for changing the game, and this goes for all levels: the pros, college, high school, AAU, LA Fitness, 24, the playground. It doesn't matter. Okay, and let me make this clear. This is what you want to do if you want to win. Okay, if you want to win, if you want to be successful, you have to have good guard play. Okay, and the key point of emphasis is for your guard to be a threat offensively, to get others involved, to make other players around them better. Because look at who just won the WNBA championship: the Aces. And who is their starting point guard? Chelsea Gray, a scoring point guard, a combo guard, one who can score, who can attack, who can shoot, who can facilitate, and one who can make their teammates around them better. Look at who just won the NBA championship for the 4th time. Okay, the Warriors. And who is their starting point guard? Steph Curry. Yes, he is. One who can score, who can attack, who can shoot, who can facilitate, and one who can make teammates around them better. And who is the one that made it mandatory, okay, that you need one of these kind of guards to win in today's game. So again, I think Jordin Canada should be back for next season, but not as the Sparks starting point guard. I think she would be best suited coming off of the bench and showcasing her skills from there. Okay. All right. Well, that does it for our breakdown for this week. I will have another breakdown for you next week as well. All right. Moving on to the FIBA World Cup women's basketball. as I knew, and as I hope we all knew, we saw this coming. We knew they weren't going to disappoint us. Last Friday night, Team USA brung home the gold. Yes, they did, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, they won the FIBA World Cup and took home the gold against China. Yes, they did. Oh my goodness. It was great to see. Team USA also went undefeated in Sydney, Australia. That's right. The Team USA brought home the gold back to the States for the fourth time. They won in 2010. They've won in 2014, 2018, and now in 2022. Team USA is just dominant. Dominance runs through our veins when it comes to this international play. And we'll get to the gold medal game in just a second. But for right now, let's check out how both of these teams in Team USA and Team China, okay, ended up facing each other in the championship game. So let's start off with the first semifinal of Canada versus USA. So this one was over in a hurry. Yes, it was. It was over in a hurry and a scurry. Yes, it was. As USA whooped on their neighbor up north in Canada by 40 with a score of 83 to 43. Okay, and Canada looked shell-shocked from the gate. But of course, Team USA is just that good. We are just that good. And this one was pretty much over from the opening tip. It really was. Okay, USA jumped out to a 12-0 run, and that's all it took. Okay, it was another easy dub for USA. Now, let's get into the second semifinal game, which was Australia versus China. Okay, now it was a battle. This game, it was a battle between the two, but China ended up taking this one 61-59. They won by 2 measly points, just 2. My goodness. Now, if you remember, I actually had Australia winning this one. I did. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. I remember. Okay. They ended up winning it, but this game, it was really a toss-up. It was a toss-up. It came down to the wire, and Yao Ming was also there in the building cheering on China. It was a close game all game too. Okay, so this game, they were tied at 57 with about 2 minutes to go, and Australia barely lost this one. They had a crucial turnover that led to China taking the game and going down in transition and getting a layup, and that was really it. That was it. Okay. China was scrappy. They were diving on the floor. They wanted it. They wanted this one more. Okay. So China stole the ball as soon as Australia crossed half court with about 50 seconds to go. Okay. And they got the layup. And also China won it at the foul line. Okay. They won it at the foul line. So Semi Whitcomb committed a bad foul, put China on the line, and China knocked down both free throws. So they were tied 59-59 at this point. They went to the free throw line, just knocked them both down, and that was all she wrote. They went up 61-59. All right. So now we got China and USA for the championship game. Okay. And listen, I gotta go back right here and just show you what happened to my mouse. Oh, is my mouse not working? I think my mouse might have died on this. That's not good. But anyway, so the championship, USA smashed China in the gold medal game last Friday night, 83-61. And to be fair, USA didn't really start to smash them until like the second half. Okay, and that's the thing. I knew we were going to win. USA was up by 10 at the half, 43-33. All right, but during halftime, this is what I said. I said, okay, we need to turn it up in the second half, and I know we're going to win. But I still needed us to turn it up coming out of the locker room. All right, and lo and behold, we did just that. We did exactly what I knew that we were going to do. And listen, Team USA, I figured it out that we made it happen. Okay, and with this victory, Team USA won their 4th gold medal in a row. Okay, and not only that, this was their 11th gold medal all time. And with this win, they are currently on a 30-game win streak in FIBA World competition. And listen, the accolades keep going, but I'm going to give them their flowers, okay? So with this win, this was also the largest winning margin in FIBA World Cup history with 22 points. Okay, but here's the thing. It didn't really matter who we played because we were going to get gold regardless. It was just a matter of who was going to get silver. Who's going to get silver against us? That's really all that needed to be known. That's really all who we needed to see. Okay, because it didn't matter who played us. We were going to take the gold regardless. Okay, and also some more flowers. And of course, it's the right thing to do. It's only right that I continue to pour out these accolades for Team USA. Okay, because they are the best team, and statistically, they are the best team in history. Okay, so according to Yahoo Sports, this championship statistically was the Americans' most dominant global championship ever. So this win gave USA their 60th consecutive win between the Olympics and the Worlds dating back to 2006. And when I say Worlds, of course, I'm talking about FIBA, okay, the FIBA World Cup. All right. So this win marked the largest margin of victory in a World Cup final since 1983. And for the tournament, the U.S. whooped its opponents by an average of 40.75 points per game, beating its previous record between the Olympics and World of 37.62 points from the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Okay, and Team USA scored an average of 98.75 points per game, which was the largest at the World since 1994. My goodness. And also, for the first time in 1994, no player on the U.S. roster was over the age of 30 years old. So you know what that means. We got some young pups out there. We got some young pups, so we are only going to get better and better and better. We had so much depth on this team. It was ridiculous. Yes, it was. Okay, and Chelsea Gray, she put on for her team. Of course, you know what Chelsea Gray does. And because of that, Chelsea Gray won Player of the Game. She won the Player of the Game award for the championship game against China. She scored 10 points, dished 8 assists, all right, and she grabbed 4 rebounds. Paul Gasol was also there in attendance, and he handed out the MVP award for the whole FIBA competition. And of course, the MVP award went to the one and only A'ja Wilson, and it was a much-deserved honor for her as well. So A'ja averaged 17.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.2 steals per game. Okay, and I have a montage for you, but for some reason my mouse is not working, so I'm going to have to show you that at another time. Okay, but listen, China was also without their leading scorer in Lee Mong. Okay, so China was down. Look what one of their best players, their leading scorer, she actually averaged 16 points, and she was out with a fever. Okay, so they were missing a key part of their team. And but China, they still had Han Zhu. You know, she's 6'10", she's their 6'10" center, and she actually plays for the New York Liberty here in the WNBA. Okay, and yeah, she be balling over here for the New York Liberty. Okay, but for us, for Team USA, we were still without Kalia Copper, who injured her hip, remember, in the quarterfinals. So Kalia Copper was out, but it's okay. We got you this gold medal still for you, Copper. And Copper is one of the most elite guards in the league. I really appreciate her game. I love her game. But man, listen, it's also been a great year for the big trio of the Aces. My goodness. So, you know, the Aces, they have A'ja Wilson, Kelsey Plum, and of course, Chelsea Gray. Not only has Team USA went back-to-back, but the trio of the Aces have went back-to-back as well. As we all know, they just came off winning a championship in the WNBA, okay, to now winning a gold medal in the FIBA World Cup, all within a matter of what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks? It's incredible. Okay, and they were still playing at the top of their game. They didn't look tired. They did not look tired after coming off of a whole season, whole playoff series, and a championship series. They still kept it going, okay? Playing at the top of their game. It's just great to see, okay? And the Aces players, they just winning out here literally, and not only literally, but figuratively, all right? And also some good news. So we got some ESPN, the ratings came out, and the gold medal game between USA and China averaged 446,000 views, and it was up 227% over the 2018 final. Okay, so this is the improvement that I like to see in the ratings and the views that I like to see. Okay, it's progress. It's progress. Okay, so and now that Team USA has won the FIBA World Cup, they now become an automatic qualifier for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. So Team USA is a lock to compete in the Paris Olympic Games in 2024. Yes. All right. So listen, Team USA is a lock to compete in the Paris Olympic Games. And I love watching the Olympics. I really do. And I can't wait until the 2024 Paris Olympics. And most of all, though, I can't wait until the Olympics come out here in LA, which will be in 2028. Okay. I can't wait till the Olympics come back to Los Angeles. Los Angeles will be hosting the 2028 Olympics. And listen, LA hasn't hosted the Olympics since 1984. Since 84, which was before I was even thought of. Okay, I was not born during that time. So I think it's going to be great. In LA, we have some of the best stadiums, best arenas in the world. We are the entertainment capital of the world. And UCLA will be housing the Olympic athletes once the games begin. Okay, so I'm very excited for both of these upcoming Olympic Games. All right. So with this week, it was the 2022 Pro Athletes Mental Health Awareness Week. So it runs from October 3rd through October 10th, and it is a week of promoting mental health awareness and wellness for pro athletes. And one of the athletes that they highlighted was WNBA champion Kelsey Plum, and she had a whole list where she wrote down her goals for this season. Well, prior to the season, she wrote down her goals. She wrote down, WNBA champion. She wrote down world champion. She wrote down to have the mentality of that mental toughness. She wrote down to have joy and to have a love for the game, to make her teammates better. She wrote down a lot of things. I think probably like 11 things or something. And she wrote also down all WNBA, but she wrote everything that she wrote down, she basically accomplished every one of those things except the all WNBA. And next week, I'm going to show you. I can't pull anything up right now where I would love to be able to show you that list. But it was just amazing because it just shows you the power in just writing down your goals and being able to accomplish them literally in real time and in reality. Okay, to making those goals come to life. It was just great to see. Okay, and if you write down a list and all you don't accomplish is one of them, listen, I'll take it. I will take it. Okay, it's a great thing to see. She also wrote down to have the unwavering mental confidence of that mentality, and that's just something that I definitely saw from her throughout this whole playoff series that she had. Okay. And, it's great to see that happen and to see one's dreams and their goals come true. All right. Also, during this week, this past Monday on October 3rd, the WNBA released a video showing how Candace Parker, okay, the queen in Candace Parker, was named the WNBA and Rookie of the Year in the same season in 2008. So they did one of those on this day in 2008. So on that day in 2008, so they did a remembrance on October 3rd, which was on Monday. So they did release a video showing that. Okay, and Parker was unanimously selected as the Roy, and she is the first player to win both the MVP and Roy on honors in the same season. And listen, Candace will always be a spark. I don't care what anyone says. Argue with your mama. Don't argue with me because you will not win. All right. Listen, shout out to Candace Parker, the queen. Yes, indeed. All right, everyone. So we also have a Brittany Greiner update. So Brittany Griner's lawyers, they said that they would appeal her 9-year prison sentence, and that appeal date has now been set for this month on Tuesday, October 25th. All right. So we are looking to see more details about that, and hopefully, her conviction, we're going to see. Hopefully it gets lessened and all that. So free BG, listen, it's still a crazy story what's going on. All right. So of course, here's another story that's been out in the news. The Phoenix Sun and Mercury owner Robert Sarver, as you know, he's been suspended by the NBA for a year for violating workplace standards. He was fined $10 million, and he must complete a training program focused on respect and appropriate workplace conduct. And it has been reported that Sarver will be selling both teams, and that he has already started the process of seeking buyers for both teams. Okay. However, as a result of selling these teams, he might become $1 billion richer. So there you go. That's something. You got to sell it, but he might even become richer off of this sale. Man, oh man. So it was reported that he has begun to sell. So hopefully, we can get that expedited. All right. So everyone, our show is almost over. I have about 20 more seconds left. All right. Next week, I will have another player breakdown. So be sure to tune in to see which Spark player I will have for you. Okay, they will have their very own breakdown for next week. All right, everyone, that does it for our show. This has been Sparks Weekly with Brianne Ingram. I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.